Starting the debate with some breaking news now coming in from Kashmir, where a non-local has lost his life in a terror attack in Jabalpura, which is in Bijbehara, Anantnag. He's now been taken to the hospital for further treatment, is what we are being told, and the area has also been cordoned off. Let me also quickly go across to a reporter on the ground, getting you the latest details of a non-local that has been shot at and has been shifted to the hospital. These are the latest images coming in from Anantnag, is what I'm given to understand. Zenith, just a quick update of when did the incident take place? What is it that the police have to say on this, the latest report coming in?
See, Shravan, this is coming at a time when the PDP chief as well as the NC candidate is filling the nomination papers tomorrow from the Anantnag district, and we're seeing a terror strike taking place in the Anantnag and Jabalpura area, where a non-local has been shot dead, rather because he was critically injured, and when he was evacuated to the Janglat Mandi hospital, there he's come to the injuries. Doctors have declared him broad dead. We are seeing a coordinated search operations being launched by the Anantnag police along with one RR, that is the sector commander, and other people have reached the spot, but we are seeing that the non-local once again has been targeted, though we are seeing the multiple cordon operations have also been launched by the Jammu and Kashmir police along with the other security forces. But this is definitely coming at a time we see the elections around the corner, and we can say that yes, terror has stricken again in South Kashmir's Anantnag district, where a non-local who's working in Kashmir Valley as a street vendor, he was selling the pakoras, that is what I have been told by the sources, who has come to Kashmir Valley for the livelihood, but he was just shot outside the residence in the Bijbehara area where he was putting up. He was living in a rented accommodation, and today in the late evening, by around 9:35, he has been shot, although he was evacuated by the locals along with the Jammu and Kashmir police to the Janglat Mandi hospital, but he has been declared broad dead. This is the second incident in row where we are seeing that the non-locals are being targeted, although the administration has been gearing up to deal with the challenges as far as the elections are concerned. We are seeing the election already, as the Jammu and Kashmir is already in election mode, because the first phase of the elections will come from the Jammu region on Friday. But we are seeing as the nomination papers will be submitted by the PDP chief Mehbooba Mufti and NC candidate Mia Altaf, we are seeing another way to tell the people to stay away from the electoral exercise. But meanwhile, we are also seeing there have been many press releases and the statements being made by the state and union territory administration that they are completely clear about how to go up with the election process. There had been meetings. In fact, recently there was also a VVIP visit to the Kashmir Valley, where we have seen the Ajay Kumar Bhalla chairing the meet here at the SKICC and the Taj Vivanta. So although there has been arrangements on ground, but you cannot avoid the incidents that takes place in the lanes and the violence. And when in South Kashmir, we have seen in recent past how there were the terror activities, but definitely it has declined now. This is again a terror warnings coming from the outfits, though we are picking that on an OGW with a pistol is involved in the terror attack.
Zenith. Well, in fact, what we are also picking up is that the migrant worker is from Bihar, and the incident took place a short while back, has been brought to the hospital. That's the latest coming in, a story that we'll be tracking very closely. Ladies and gentlemen, the India Alliance, in fact, is united, I must say, by the polls, but divided when it comes to by their own manifesto on key issues like the CAA. Mamata Banerjee, along with MK Stalin and Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, have vowed to repeal the CAA. Interestingly, the Congress has been completely silent on this entire matter. As politics rages on, the big question that we are asking tonight on the debate is where exactly does the grand old party really stand as far as the CAA is concerned? Because there has been a lot of fear-mongering, and more importantly, some of the leaders essentially said that there's going to be a joint manifesto and the fact that a position will be taken on this matter. Take a look at this report and then we begin the debate.
देश के अल्पसंख्यक माइनॉरिटीज या तो किसी और व्यक्ति को डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, क्योंकि सीएए में किसी की नागरिकता लेने का प्रावधान ही नहीं है। सीएए सिर्फ और सिर्फ 3 देश अफगानिस्तान, पाकिस्तान और बांग्लादेश से हिंदू, सिख, बौद्ध, क्रिश्चियन और पारसी जो जैन और पारसी शरणार्थी आए हैं, इनको उनका अधिकार देने का कानून है।
With the BJP asserting centre's notification on Citizenship Amendment Act is irrevocable, the Indie bloc is united by polls but divided on manifestos on key issues. TMC chief Mamata Banerjee has vowed to repeal CAA if voted to power.
हम जब रूल्स निकालेंगे हम उसको स्टडी करके जो बताना है कल बताएंगे, लेकिन मैं आज बोल दिया कि एक बीजेपी का इलेक्शन पब्लिसिटी है, नथिंग इज दिस।
MK Stalin and Pinarayi Vijayan have also toed anti-CAA line. Congress, on the other hand, has maintained stone-cold silence, prompting India allies to question the grand old party's mindset.
ഇനി ഞങ്ങൾ യോജിച്ച പ്രക്ഷോഭത്തിനില്ല. എന്തേ അങ്ങനെയൊരു നിലപാടെടുക്കാൻ? ഈ വിഷയം സംബന്ധിച്ച് രാഹുൽ ഗാന്ധി നേരത്തെ പ്രതികരിച്ചതുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചല്ലോ. ഇപ്പം മറുപടി ഇതേവരെ വന്നിട്ടില്ല, ഇനിയെങ്കിലും പറയൂ. കേന്ദ്ര കോൺഗ്രസ് നേതൃത്വത്തിൻ്റെ നിർദ്ദേശത്തിൻ്റെ ഭാഗമായല്ലേ കേരളത്തിലെ കോൺഗ്രസ് അതിൽ നിന്ന് പിൻവാങ്ങിയത്?
Why is the Congress silent on the CAA issue? Let's debate.
Niladri, if I can take this with you, when 6 people were killed, and that too in Communal in Bangladesh, the question was essentially asked, why exactly can't the CAA be rolled out when they were being persecuted in Bangladesh? The question here is that this entire twist that has been given, that the minorities perhaps will be persecuted, the minorities here will be suffering, seems to have been completely disregarded.
See, if I may answer the question, CAA as in the current format is not acceptable at all. It is a law on which gives citizenship and on the basis of a religion. Please understand, our constitution has the word secular. So therefore, any law which
Our constitution also says under section 6, under section 6 of the Citizenship Act, by naturalization also one can certainly apply. So no one is stopping anyone from applying the citizenship of this country. So why exactly would you say that there is a deliberate attempt to stop anyone from getting a citizenship of this country?
Jains, Parsis, Christians, and it excludes a certain community. The point is that India is a secular country. Any law which gives citizenship on the basis of religion cannot be acceptable.
So give me an example. Give me
format.
When the ISKCON temple.
Be acceptable.
When the, okay, Niladri, a straight question here. Why don't you?
Let's go back.
Why don't you answer this question of mine?
When did the CAA
Niladri, let me just ask you this question. Let me ask you this question because you come from the state of West Bengal. You come from the state of West Bengal. Let me just ask you this question. When the ISKCON temple was vandalized in Communal, what really happened? And let's not forget, several of the Bengalis who have been raised in Sylhet, they were being persecuted. What did you really do about it?
See, whatever has happened to the ISKCON temple and the Sylhet, in the Hindus in Sylhet, that is a question of the Bangladesh to be taken care of. There's a question which the government of Bangladesh has to take care. As far as we are concerned, we can only speak about things which happen in our country.
When the Rohingyas, by that logic, shouldn't the Myanmar government be really looking into it? The Janta would be looking into it when it comes to the Rohingyas. Now, which logic are you really saying? That if Bangladesh is supposed to look into it, then why would you raise your voice for the Rohingyas?
My argument is very clear. Given the present constitutional context, you cannot have a law on the basis of religion. You cannot have it. It is like on one hand you are saying, I have the cake and I'll eat it too. If you have a law, the law should be applicable for everyone. And the CAA, as in the present format, has only come into let me finish. Has only come into effect after the NRC was done in Assam, where 19 lakh Hindus
You are
were
an
excluded.
advocate too, Niladri.
19 lakh Hindus were excluded in the NRC in Assam.
Niladri, you are an advocate. Now, please tell me, you are referring to the Constitution time and again. Okay, can I just ask you a direct question here? You're referring to the Constitution time and again. Could you then please tell me, where is it really written? By which law does it really prevent the government from introducing the CAA? And as far as citizenship is concerned, why is it that you will not articulate the fact that this is not about one particular religion? And the very fact that you're basically talking about that the Muslims are going to be persecuted, and that's absolutely wrong
not persecuted,
and unfair
excluded.
On your part to indulge in this kind of fear-mongering.
Not persecuted is excluded. See, the preamble of the Constitution provides the country to be a secular country. What does secularism mean? Secularism means, as per B.R. Ambedkar, secularism means where the state keeps itself away from any religion. And thus, you cannot make a law. If you have to make a law, you have to make a law for all the citizens. Citizens of the country is not on the basis of religion. Citizen of the country is by birth or by naturalization.
Okay.
So therefore...
Okay, Sanju,
may I please?
Sanju, okay, you answer what Niladri has to say, but I'll also ask you this question. When it comes to the northeastern states, you do realize why this is a burning issue. You do realize that you had to take a muted position on this entire matter, including your alliance partners who are putting on that pressure, and for various reasons. That's a complicated issue also when it comes to the northeastern states, but you do realize that there is a caveat that you will have to bring in. So answering what Niladri has to say and answering my question with regards to the fact that somewhere down the line you do realize its own pitfalls too.
You know, Shravan, first and foremost, let me point out that anybody who says that the CAA is unconstitutional is, speaking a whole lot of balderdash. And the reason is simple. I think your audience needs to know that it was on the 9th of December 2019, that the Lok Sabha passed the CAA via 311 votes in favor vis-a-vis only 80 votes against the resolution. And then on the 11th of December 2019, in the Rajya Sabha, the CAA bill was passed again with 125 votes in favor and only 102 votes against. So my first point is, with a massive majority, the CAA was passed in both houses of the parliament, so don't call it unconstitutional. Point number two, Niladri mentioned this, so this is specifically for him. Yes, Article 14 of the Constitution says that there should be no discrimination on the grounds of caste, creed, religion, sex, place of birth, etc. But the same Article 14 and Article 15, which talk about right to equality, also mention that no right, even our fundamental right, is not absolute. Every right is subject to reasonable restrictions pertaining to public order.
That is only Article 19.
Can I now finish? You did not want to be heckled. Now please do the courtesy. You did not want to be heckled.
That is Article 19. Reasonable restrictions, not Article 14.
You did not allow me to heckle him.
I'll give you the chance to respond.
Okay.
I'll just give you the chance to respond, Niladri. Just allow her to complete, and then I'll bring in Sumansi Raban also, because there's a manifesto angle. But complete your point.
Yeah, right to equality is under Article 14, and every fundamental right is subject to reasonable restrictions of public order, morality, and health. Reasonable restrictions is not limited to only Article 19. I know the Constitution better than you do. I have done a zillion debates. Don't peddle false narrative. And my third point is this. India is not a signatory. India is not a signatory to the UN Refugee Convention of 1951. India is also not a signatory to the UN Refugee Protocol of 1967. And guess what, Shravan? Despite not being a signatory to the UN Refugee Convention, we have more than 40,000 Rohingyas who are still staying in India. We have more than 94,000 Sri Lankan Tamils who are still staying in India. We have Tibetan refugees who came to India in 1959.
Sanju, I think so. The Rohingya aspect.
Staying in India. We have Chakma refugees who came from East Pakistan, present-day Bangladesh, who are still staying in India. We have more than 2 lakh Syrian Malabar Christians who are still staying in the state of, erstwhile Travancore, present day Kottayam. So don't sit here and give me a bhashan.
Sumant.
And my last point is this. Yes, the CAA has nothing, I repeat, has nothing to do with Muslims living in India. It is only to give citizenship to Buddhists, Jains, non-Hindus in Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh. What is your problem? Your Mamta Didi can give, Aadhaar card and ration card to Rohingyas, but you have a problem if Modi government gives citizenship
only by the center,
to the Hindu refugees from Pakistan and Bangladesh who have been staying in Majnu Ka Tilla in Delhi for the last 11
Sanju, I think so.
years.
The Rohingya aspect to this entire debate.
If I may reply to this.
The Rohingya, I got your point, Sanju. Sanju, you made your point. Let's take this forward because this is not about the Rohingya issue. This was only to tackle. Niladri, I'll give you the chance, but let me also bring in the others right now who have been waiting patiently. Let me just take this a little forward. And Sumansi Raman, I want you to come in. If you really look at the manifestos of each of these political parties who are part of the India alliance, you have to give it to the DMK. You have to give it to the left parties. They are very clear. Kerala Chief Minister, M.K. Stalin, all have been very clear about their position on this entire matter. Now, what I find very surprising here is this. As a voter, let me ask you this question also, Sumansi Raman, that the Congress seems to be completely silent on this entire matter. Secondly, if they are part of this one alliance, why will they not have a common understanding on key issues like the Uniform Civil Code, like the CAA? Because as a voter, I don't understand. If they are going to come into alliance, what is it that they're going to offer us?
First of all, I want to thank Sanju Verma for having educated me that state governments are issuing Aadhaar cards. Since when, I don't know, but if she can, elaborate, maybe
being issued by Mamta Banerjee. That is precisely my point. Mamta Banerjee has been issuing fake ration cards.
This is propaganda.
Fake passports to Rohingyas. That is precisely my point, Sumansi Raman.
Madam, how can you authenticate a fake Aadhaar card when the database is maintained by you?
That is my point.
Okay, both of you.
Please speak of facts.
This is indulging in... One minute. Sumant, and okay, Sanju Verma. Okay. Sanju Verma and Sumansi Raman and Niladri. 1 minute, hold on. Please, let's not hijack the debate here. As far as the fake Aadhaar cards are concerned, let's not trivialize the matter. Yes, there have been certain... Hold on. Of course you would. But just to bring in, because this is a debate, this is a national debate, but I believe that, we cannot just simply make these accusations and let it pass. As far as these fake Aadhaar cards are concerned, these are accusations that have been leveled against the Mamata government, but that's not the issue of the debate here. So, Sumansi Raman, with regards to the manifesto.
No, you tell me, Shravan, if there is a fake Aadhaar card, what is it being authenticated against? It is being authenticated against a central database which is being maintained by the center. So how can Mamata Banerjee issue it to everybody?
The reason why
does it make any sense?
Now it's a claim. No, 1 second. Suman. That's not my. 1 second. Sanju, 1 minute, please. Can you hold on?
How does one?
It's a fair argument. But Suman Siraman, it's not a report as a journalist. Let me just answer this question. Sumant, it's not a report that I have. It's not a report that I have come in. I may be aware by various other reports that have come in, but I cannot vouch for it. So hence, I'm not getting into the debate of whether at all this is.
Okay, I want one question on CAA.
This is active. This is
Sanju Verma is going to now tell me how many people have applied for citizenship under CAA after the notification was done on 11th of March.
I want to answer this question.
Through an RTI, they have said they don't maintain separate registers, it seems. So what happened to lakhs of people who will be benefited under CAA when you say that you are not maintaining a separate register?
But let him make a point. Suman, make your point and then you can ask your questions.
No, Shravan, I want to know how many people have benefited by or how many applications have come in seeking citizenship under CAA.
There is an RTI reply.
Because let me answer this,
you are basically referring to an RTI activist in Chennai.
She will read it out immediately now.
No, I will read out the number, Shravan. I have the exact number. Can I please do the honors here? Thank you, Sumansi Raman, for asking this question. This is a detailed article of almost 4,000 words that I've written for First Post and CNN News 18, and I'm reading out from my own article. In 2016, this query was raised in Parliament as to how many people have or will be getting citizenship once the CAA comes into effect. And this is what is the latest data. As per official records, 31,313 people will be given citizenship, assuming a cutoff date of 31st December 2014. Out of this 31,313, there are 25,447 Hindus, there are 5,807 Sikhs, there are 55 Christians, there are 2 Buddhists and 2 Parsis. Either they have got or are about to get citizenship while the CAA amendment of 2019. I have given you the exact number.
One second.
So, please remember, I have data on my fingertips.
1 minute.
Thank you.
1 minute. 1 minute. So, is the center or whoever is the relevant department telling a lie when the government said there is no provision to maintain a record of the applications? The total number of people who benefit from CAA is not
Sanju, this is what they say. This is an RTI reply.
How is it possible? This is in today's papers. Don't believe me. Go and Google it. Look it up. They have said in reply to an RTI.
The point
it was
is
a resident of Amravati, Maharashtra called Ajay
The
Bose.
CAA is only to protect Hindus or Buddhists or Jains or Christians or Sikhs.
How many people
but tell me something, Suman, please tell me one thing.
She is not.
What is the argument that you is 1 minute? Sanju, okay, can we just take it one by one? Suman Siraman, I'll come back to you. The argument that you are making right now is that, as I understand, because you're relying on Ajay Bose's reply, RTI reply that has come in, that the government has not been able to maintain, or there is no provision as such. There is no provision. The exact word that has been used, as I understand from the RTI reply, is there is no provision to maintain a record. But the question here, okay, let's take the question, let's take it forward. You are basically saying that, first of all, there is no need for it. As I understand, is that what you're arguing? There is no need because...
No.
There's no one who's coming forward. According to you, there is no one who's coming forward to even applying for the
agree on everything. They have very clearly said they have come together to try and defeat the BJP. Otherwise, they would have merged their parties. If they all agreed with each other on everything, there will only be one party and there will not be all these 17, 18 parties as part of the India alliance. So let's be very clear. These are parties who have come together with only a single purpose. And that purpose is to defeat the BJP. They have not hidden it.
Okay,
did
assuming...
Mr. Kejriwal say, I agree with everything what the Congress says.
For a moment.
Mr. Kejriwal say that?
For the sake of argument, Suman Siraman, if they come to power, the India Alliance comes to power, and they have their first cabinet meeting. I don't know who exactly is going to be the Prime Minister in that case, but having said that, will they ever be able to come to any sort of conclusion on any issue, because they have divergent views on almost every matter? Now, let me just count this out for you. Now, on the UCC 2, there is a divergent view. On the CAA, there is a divergent view. On the NRC, there is a divergent view. So you tell me exactly, Suman Siraman, what is it that they are going to tell the people? That, okay, when I come to power, this is what I'm going to do. Even on matters of economy, there are divergent issues.
In democratic countries, what is done is people with different views come to the table, sit across the table, discuss, debate, and arrive at a consensus. It is not my way or the highway. That is what the essence of democracy is. Of course, they have different views. Have they hidden their views?
The good old paralysis.
They will arrive at a consensus.
Are you suggesting the good old paralysis is what you are really...
Maybe they will say, no, let us pull it out.
Well, when the argument, Suman, when the argument is about, one of the fastest growing economy... Okay, 1 second. Pulla Rao also. Mr. Rao, let me bring you in. Mr. Rao, you have been here. Mr. Rao, the question here is, will the DMK be okay if the kind of responses that have come in from the Congress party on other issues, for instance, on Article 370, on issues of the UCC, on issues of Sanatan Dharm 2, there is a divergent view altogether within the DMK and with the Congress party?
You say from 1998 to 2004, there was a BJP coalition government, led coalition. 2004 to 2014, there was a Congress-led coalition government. Did they fall due to differences in ideas? They went the full length of time. They stood for election and they lost. They did not quarrel. They did not quibble over any issue. The coalition governments worked fairly well. Vajpayee did okay. I won't say this is the present coalition government that Narendra Modi ji is leading, but he has got alliance partners. He's doing okay. They don't quibble. They'll never cut down the life of the government. They have different issues and they tackle it. Is this the only critical issue that they have come on? This is I don't think this is a basic issue also. This is why I may invite disagreement. This may be a peripheral issue. Some of these issues which you are saying, they'll learn to live. Any government that comes. In fact, this government itself did not take this up for 3-4 years because they didn't want to stoke certain embers. So I don't think it is that they want to first cabinet meeting, sit down.
Okay, Niladri comes in, then I'll bring in Sanju.
Yes. We have this is not at all the way the coalition governments work. They work very well from all parties in India.
The CAA Sanju has said, why did it happen? It happened because of the Supreme Court judgment in the Assam Accord case. When 19 lakh Hindus were excluded in Assam after the NRC, the BJP was in a quandary. Something had to be done. Therefore, this bill was hurriedly brought in 2019 in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. And interestingly, if you go and see the portal of CAA today, what you will see is this: the application form does not have that the candidate does not have to cite anything of religious persecution. Let us take in Bengal, the junior minister for shipping, Shantanu Thakur. He had said that I will be the first one to go and apply for CAA. And interestingly, he has still not yet applied because there is a problem with the form. And he has been advising his community to wait till the elections and then apply. My point is that an exclusionary principles which violates our secular policies of the constitution cannot be allowed to happen. And as far as the coalition government is concerned,
Pulara also wants to make a quick comment.
It is a common minimum program will be drawn up. And let's see what is going to happen to the law. No one knows.
Mr. Rao, a quick comment because I'm running short of time. I'll give the final word.
Why should they mention these 5 communities? There was no need. They could have just said anyone persecuted and then you decide.
Yes.
When of course, that part has been taken care of. Why the communities? Where else would they go?
Somebody, you exclude somebody else.
Where else would they go?
That's why this is exclusionary.
No, I need to come in now,
It's not exclusionary here. Okay. Go ahead. Make your point.
Thank you. Shravan, at the time of independence, in a place like Lahore alone, there were at least 22% Hindus. Today, the Hindu population in Lahore is 1.7%. In 1982, there were 2 lakh Sikhs in Afghanistan. Today, you know how many Sikhs are there in Afghanistan? I was shocked to hear the number. 150 Sikhs. There were 8 Gurdwaras till as recently as 2020. Today there is only 1 Gurdwara in Afghanistan. When Bangladesh was created, there were 5 lakh Christians. Today there are less than 8,000 Christians in Bangladesh. That is the reason persecuted minorities from Afghanistan, Pakistan, Bangladesh have to be given citizenship if they decide to take Indian citizenship. There are 57 Muslim nations. They can take Rohingyas there. क्यों नहीं लेते हैं? सारे के सारे Rohingyas को बांग्लादेश से यहाँ क्यों ममता दीदी बुला रही है? इसका जवाब दो. Why is Mamta Didi mollycoddling the Rohingyas and illegal migrants from Bangladesh?
What about the detention camps which are there where people are there without trial for donkey number of years? Without any trial, without any.
The Christians go there. They came here.
To Rohingyas. Why are you giving muft ka ration card to Rohingyas? Why are you giving
One second, we are back to Rohingyas now.
Mamta Banerjee's welfare schemes have been applauded by the UN also.
Modi sarkar se sawal पूछने का
No, one second. This is not about the welfare schemes right now, Niladri and Sanju. Hold on.
No, she's saying the ration
Sanju, the argument of Rohingyas was completely different. I brought the Rohingya issue for only a different reason because Niladri had made a completely different point, but that's not really relevant right now. But the question here is, Sumant, a quick word from you. You seem to be brushing this aside by simply saying that, see, these are different varied parties, so they'll have varied issues. But think from the voters' point of view, not from just as a political analyst. Think from the voters' point of view. Here the Prime Minister is simply saying that, look at my manifesto. My manifesto is a continuity of what I've been doing and this is what I'm going to give you. You look at the manifesto of the other country, it's almost like the first thing that I want to do is undo what the BJP has essentially done.
Okay, Shravan, first let me call out another fact check. I mean, half my time on the show is being spent on doing fact checks. Sanju Verma said there are 8,000 Christians in Bangladesh. Wait, madam. You said there are 8,000 Christians.
Sanju, please allow him to.
No.
Sanju,
There are 5 lakh
Sanju, please 1 minute. Allow Sumansi Raman to make his point. Sanju, 1 minute. No, he has the right. 1 second. Sanju, you may contest. Sanju, 1 minute. Hold on, please. Hold on. You can contest what Sumant is saying, but allow Sumant to also make a point. Allow Sumant to make a point.
Shravan, my point is, she said 8,000 Christians
Sanju,
in Bangladesh.
Pull
There
back
are 5 lakh Christians in Bangladesh. So there is a small difference between 8,000 people and 5 lakh people. Why do we keep spreading stuff like this? This kind of thing that, everything is... Look,
and on what grounds are you saying that the data I gave is wrong?
Our minorities...
On what grounds are you saying that the data I gave is false?
I am saying that there are 5 lakh Christians in Bangladesh and not 8,000. They comprise roughly 0.3% of the population of Bangladesh. They are not 8,000 people.
Today there is only one Gurdwara. Is it not true that today there are only 150 Sikhs? There were 2 lakh Sikhs in 1980s in Afghanistan.
Madam, you said 8,000 Christians. I have said 5 lakh. Why are you now going to some unconnected topic? I never said anything about Sikhs. Oh God.
What is so wrong about the CAA? You keep saying it is exclusionary. How is it exclusionary?
Okay, 1 second.
Why is it that
Sanju, allow him to make a quick 20 seconds. Allow him to make a quick... I asked a very different question. 1 minute. You are getting fixated also right now. You are also getting fixated, Sumant. You are only fixated only on asking what Sanju is doing. I asked you a different question. Please answer my question.
Tell me when NRC will be done. NRC, you remember the chronology?
When the debate is on NRC, I will answer you. You are not the anchor is Shavan Sen. Shavan Sen wants a debate on CAA.
No, on that also. Sumant. On the NRC issue. On the NRC issue also. No, 1 second. On the NRC issue also, the Prime Minister has made a point. Now, 1 minute. Sumant. 1 minute, Sanju, hold on. On the NRC issue also, remember the Prime Minister has made it very clear that you can't basically be linking it.
No, 1 minute.
Sumant, he's made that very clear.
I am not linking it.
He's saying that you're not linking both of them.
Why should we link it? Home Minister very clearly said.
No, I'm saying that Prime Minister said something very different.
Then NRC will come. You don't remember that famous speech? It is there on YouTube. You can go and look at it.
Why do you give so much of attention to this man, Sumansi Raman, whose only job is to come on primetime debates and say Modi is responsible?
No, I give attention to everyone.
I never mentioned
Sanju, that would be unfair. I give time to everyone.
Why is she putting
Sanju, that's not fair. Sanju, I give time to everyone. I give time to everyone. 1 second.
Okay.
1 minute. Let's not get personal here. Let's not. 1 second.
Okay. When you don't have any points.
1 second. Sanju, I think so. You're on a lighter note. Sanju, I think so. I give equal time to everyone. So it's not about... Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think so. Ladies and gentlemen, on this particular issue, questions have essentially been raised. Sanju, we will continue the debate on the other side also. Sanju, there is also another debate coming up. Sanju, there is also another